Myself Dr. Shuchita Singh, and I'm associated with JSS Academy of Technical Education, Noida. I'm working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Humanities, and I have done my doctorate from Jamia, and I have an experience in insurance and banking industry being related with ICICI Lombard. So, in this online classes, we'll be covering various aspects which are related with the growth and development of a country, how to assess, how to check, and what are the various parameters which help us to assess the growth and development of a country. So, starting from the basic points that we have to take it in macroeconomic and microeconomic concepts. We have to divide these in two categories, which are macroeconomic and microeconomic concepts. So, macroeconomic indicators are those which help to assess the economic growth, economic status of any country in terms of like checking inflation, having the inflation data, having the GDP figures, national income figures, per capita income, wholesale price index, consumer price index, which helps even the government to take policy decisions related to economic welfare of the country. So today in this lecture particular we are talking about national income and per capita income. So if we talk about national income, this is the wealth accumulation by a country by developing or by giving services or products in a country throughout an year. So if we define national income, it is the monetary value of all the final goods and services produced by a country during an accounting year. So we need to really change the value of goods and services in one measurable parameter, which is the monetary value, because you know that the value added by delivering a lecture or value added by consuming pizza at a restaurant, it has different measurable units. So for calculating the value in a uniform basis, we will convert it in monetary value, right? So now what are the various concepts which are related to the national income, which we should know that yes, these are the steps through which we can calculate national income. So in this direction itself, we'll talk about gross domestic product first. So gross domestic product is the money value of all final goods and services produced in the domestic territory of a country during an accounting year. So again, monetary value, why we will convert the value of different type of products and services in monetary terms, that we have understood that for bringing in the uniformity in measurement, we'll convert it in monetary value. And now let us understand what is a domestic territory. Domestic territory is defined as including the political geographical boundaries of a country, including territorial waters, ships and aircraft operated, fishing vessels, oil and natural gas rigs, and embassies which are operational in different countries of one particular country. Like for example, if we talk about the Indian embassy, which is operational in any other different country. So the revenue generated by different embassy by organizing any cultural event, any charity event, or any fishing activities which take place in the territorial waters, or the revenue generated by oil and refineries which are under the control of India, that contribution will be added to the gross domestic product of India. So continuing the concept of GDP, we will calculate GDP in two terms, which is GDP at current price and the GDP at factor cost. So GDP at current price is also known as GDP calculated at the market price, which is that when the value of goods and services is converted in monetary terms, it is taking the current value of currency, current value of rupee. Whereas GDP at factor cost is that while at the time of manufacturing the goods or providing the services, what all were the factors of production or factors of services, what cost has been occurred for arranging those factors. That is the GDP at factor costs. So if we calculate GDP at market price, it is going to be different, or if we calculate GDP at factor cost, again it is going to give us different figures. So if we want to equate the relationship between GDP at factor cost and GDP at market price, we'll need to do certain adjustments, which are like, if we want to get GDP at factor cost, we will have to deduct taxes from the GDP at market price, whereas we'll have to add back the subsidies, if any, has been attached with this product. So again, a fact which I would like to share with you is that India is the 9th largest economy by calculations of nominal GDP. So what are the other concepts, which are like how we calculate gross national product, net domestic product and net national product out of the GDP itself, that we will take in the next slide continuing this lecture.